If you like what I make and want to help out the channel, make sure you subscribe to it, turn on notifications, leave a like on the video below, and comment as well. Thanks for your support, guys. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to Gekko. Another day, another video for you guys. Now, I wanted to make this video for a little while now, explaining a little bit about one of the coolest things about this game in my opinion. It's the alliance system, how alliances work, how it looks like, and all these things. Thankfully in my alliance, as soon as they heard that I'm a YouTuber, they gave me R4 so I can do a bunch of stuff just to be able to record. So I was really thankful for Drunken Flagpole at the time, he was our leader, for giving me R4 for that. And let me explain to you guys how alliances look like. So as you're seeing in the map, there's a bunch of alliances and these weird like shapes around them, right? So every alliance has a center castle, which are these castles right here. That's the starting point of the alliance territory. And as you grow and expand, you have these alliance flags, which allow you to essentially take over territory. What taking over territory means is that essentially in this area, everything that is within this area belongs to our guild. And that's literally like if you go into tiles, you'll see owner, our guild. So it's pretty cool that you can actually own stuff along like on the map and things like that. It doesn't stop people from coming in and looting and like gathering resources if they wanted to, but you could hit them and be like, yo, no one gave you permission for that, and this is legit ours. It says it on the tile. This is what a flag looks like, and what the flag is pretty much like the structure where you can well, we can view it. Essentially you have its strength, you can reinforce it, and it has this territory, as you can see, which is the territory that it conquers. So whenever you place a flag, which we'll do towards the end of this video, you'll see how the alliance territory changes and shifts. And one of my scouts found a tribal village as we are recording. So you can see my alliance made, I think, a little bit of a mistake where they like took like a big wide area like this, and we did place some flags close to like a sanctum and close to the pass right here. So pretty much there are these things on the map like the passes, the sanctums, and the altars, which either give boosts or give access to other areas in the map. And the only way you can own them and contest them is by having a flag that is adjacent to the territory of the place, right? So this pass right here, you can see that if I click on it, it has this area which is all this thing right here, and once we place the flag right next to it, which should be somewhere around here, we essentially were able to conquer it. And when we conquered it, we pretty much open or close this pass to troops depending on our liking, right? So essentially the idea of having like this big wide area is maybe okay for resources, but what it does is it limits you to like the altars and things that you can conquer. The idea within a alliance is that you conquer all these different sacred places, these different buildings, which give you boosts. You can see IOB, one of our neighbors, actually went with like a slim line all the way up, and they essentially got 1, 2, 3 different sanctums and 2 passes, because they just spread as wide as they can. And they've even been spreading to this right here, which is a level 2 pass. Now the cool thing is that as the servers, the kingdoms mature, these passes open up, and that means that now this area right here can be essentially used for different alliances. Now the areas slowly come closing down, and like I think there's a level 3, and I don't know if about a level 4, but there's definitely a level 3 pass as well, which closes your access even more. So right now, as you can see, there's no one in the inner circle, the second inner circle, but in a couple of days when these are up for grabs, then they'll be open, and the owners of these passes will essentially decide who can cross and who can be in here. So it's a really neat thing that essentially you take over parts of the maps, and like IOB pretty much can close these two to these guys, and they'll pretty much never be able to come in here if we close ours as well. So it's a really neat thing where like you actually have to think about where you place your castle, where you place your flags. You can see that in here, this ends right here. There's coincidentally 4 red castles right next to each other. So it looks like this is a territory of one alliance, but there is 1, 2, 3, 4 sharing this area. Now, one of the cool things is that, again, the fact that you can decide which area belongs to you, you can later on, of course, have more of the center castles within the inner circles. So which is what we're about to look at right now. Let's go back to the castle and look at the Alliance tab. So the Alliance tab has a few things. Yes, we're called scumbag. It's probably not gonna last. I'm assuming not. You know, change leaders. Maybe we'll change name as well. You never know. So there are a couple of options here, one of them being help that I am blocking, and we'll go look one by one. So you have your basic bulletin with all your information and things like that. You have your war tab, which is where you see the rallies going on. Everyone's happy and satisfied, and there's no war for now. You can see the holy sites that you own. So you can see we own this Sanctum of Hope, which gives us only 5% gathering speed, and we have the ability to control the level 1 pass. A natural barrier on a different terrain, usually with a defensive construction on it, and then this is just a sanctum, right? So you can see the things that you own right here. You can see in your territory a couple of things. First of all comes this right here. So territory resource earning is one of the coolest things in this game. So pretty much, let's go look at the map again and explain it. There are areas in the map that contain buildings. Let's see if we can find one really quickly. Contain buildings such as, let's see if I can see one really fast. Oh, right here. Such as this one. This is a Alliance cropland. What it does is it gives, I'll move this here so you can read it. It gives your territory 2,000 food an hour. So there are a couple of things that happen here. Let's go back to the Alliance and show it. In the territory, you can actually see all the resource tiles points we have, which are 13 different ones, and you can see how much our Alliance makes an hour. Now, every guild member gets resources pretty much for free from these things. Every day you can click the claim button and get your share of the resources. Now this is mine. Every one of my guildmates gets to claim their resources, which is super neat in my opinion. You can also have 3 different central fortress, and 2 Alliance fortresses, which I am assuming we will be building in the area, in the secondary area and the third area, which is closer to the center of the map, which will have bigger level tiles to gather, bigger level barbarians and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool that you can expand up to 3 buildings to grow all the way in if you'd like to. And of course you have your flags right here, which we will go plant a flag in a couple of minutes. So that was the territory tab. Like most games, you have a help tab where you can see how many people helped you with your things, and you can help everyone. What help does is it gives you these daily credit rewards, which later on I'm assuming will be used for the shop, which is currently not available yet, but it was already announced that it's part of the next update, and we'll go look at that as well. You have your storehouse. The storehouse is the amount of resources that the Alliance has as an alliance. So when you go and plant a flag, you use these resources to plant the flag. As you can see, these are the costs of planting a flag, and the Alliance credits you get from different like events, things that people do, clicking help, doing all these different things can get you Alliance credits, which as you can see we have a decent amount of. I don't know what is a good amount of, but it looks like we have a decent chunk. The way you earn these is still not 100% clear to me. I've gotten a lot of them from like gifts, and I've gotten a lot of them from different things in the game. I just haven't really paid attention yet to how these things come about. And you can see right here a little bit of the explanation. Pretty much this is the same numbers as you saw right here in our territory in the resources tab. So let's move on and look at technology. This is also super neat. I might be revealing here some information about my alliance, so I'm sorry if this is not supposed to be done. But what ends up happening is that there's research trees for the alliance, which I think is the coolest thing ever. Pretty much you can do all these different things which you have here, like city construction increases all alliance members building speed. You have the research thing, which is the same thing, barbarian hunt, talent commander, and like this thing which we're doing right now, which is locked coming soon. We have no idea what that is, so it's pretty cool. And just like every other research, it's right there. Now, how do we run these researches? This is also really cool. Every day you have up to 20 chances to donate a certain resource in order to get these points. So the basic is 2,000 of either food, wood, or stone. I think there's gold as well, but we haven't gotten there yet. And when you click on it, which I only have one chance left because I've been doing this all the time, you essentially give like 100 points. Sometimes you get a 5 multiplier, 2 multiplier, or 10 multiplier to give 200, 500, or 1,000 points. So let's go ahead and donate 2,000 of my food and get 100 points. Once this reaches the 300,000, this is researchable. Now, of course, you can donate 10 gems to perhaps do the same, but I really don't think you should. You get a new chance, I think, every half an hour, if I'm not mistaken. And you can see right here when your next chance is. 20 is the maximum, so you want to make sure you always like are zeroing this out and helping your guild getting the researches. And the neat part is that you can mark as recommended, and then essentially it tells your guildmates, like we have right here, like, yo, it's time to do this, you know what I mean? So like I kind of messed up because I did the other one, but it's whatever. This is the recommendation. This is what the officers are like, yo, this is our next goal, so we might as well do this one. There is a development tree. There is a territory tree, which allows you to add more flags, more quantity of flags. A territory guardian, which is like a bunch of different things. Like there's a ton of researches which we're not gonna go into. And of course you have the war, which ours is just in the beginning. The cool part is that an alliance can actually have a value. If your alliance is old enough and has a lot of members that consistently every single day do this, your alliance can be actually worth something, because it's an alliance that can do tons of flags, that can do tons of research, that can do all these things, and it belongs to you. So it's really, really cool. Final thing here is the gift tab. Essentially, when someone spends some money and looks like Austin spent something and bought the Living Legend bundle, you can click to claim some random prize. You can see I got 500 like individual points, but you can see a few things that I unboxed like throughout the day, or this was a little bit last night. You can see right here we got 500 of the gold credit things in stone chest, some gems, speed ups 1,000 of these. So it's really cool that like you can actually get things that help your guild. And just like most games, you know, people spend money, the gift level grows, the better levels, you can get like this treasure after a little while. It's a really, really neat thing. Now the final thing is the shop, before we go ahead and put a flag on. And the shop isn't available yet, but if I'm not mistaken, I read somewhere in here, I don't remember if maybe it's system, that's where it's at, that there is a server maintenance that's gonna happen soon. I attacked so many things here to use do like a trick, but here we go. The 1.0.10 update that's coming out, I lost the word for a second, has here that it's finally here. Alliance shop is now online. Follow the update. Following the update, alliance leaders and officers R4s or higher, which I don't know how you can be R4 or higher and also not the leader, kind of weird, will be able to purchase items in the alliance shop using alliance credits. The purchased items will be placed in the alliance storehouse. All alliance members will be able to purchase these items with individual credits. So it's really cool that you can actually get like items that are available for your guild, and every guild member can just buy those items. So long term, you'll have more items and you'll make your alliance better and stronger because you have more things in your storehouse, which is really, really, really cool in my opinion. I think that's so creative. Let's go ahead and do the final part. And I don't think I will place it because I honestly don't know where we would place a flag right now, quite honestly. I wanted to place it like a little bit closer to here, but I see someone already did, and I really don't want to waste a flag doing nothing. But let's go ahead and just look at how it looks like, okay? So pretty much what you do is the standard. I just placed myself on the map right here for some stupid reason. Let's go in here, alliance flag, build one. Now you can kind of move your alliance flag around. And as you move your alliance flag around, you will see that it tells you that you either can't place it because of other buildings, or just like the area that you're conquering isn't available. So you want to conquer an area that is available. So let's go ahead and move this thing a little bit more this way. I don't know really if we have anywhere that we can place this. I really don't want to just waste it, quite honestly. There's that thing right there. So if I move it a little bit, no, maybe I move it a little bit this way, right here. So you can see I can build this, okay? If I build this, I'll kind of be a little bit screwing up because it's like overlapping here. So maybe if I move this a little here, so now we have like this area. And if I hit build, screw it, I'm gonna build this. It'll send me essentially one of my marches in here. It'll take a little time, it'll think, it'll finish, and then there will be this alliance flag right there, and this area, which is this area right here, will become yellow. Join this and it will be part of our alliance territory. I'm not gonna place it because it's, in my opinion, it's a little bit of a waste. I think that we will have to eventually get rid of a few flags to place them in other areas, so I might as well just leave it that like that. But it's really neat that you can improve your your alliance by having these things available in the store. People are donating to have essentially researches happening, and you plow through researches if people do their 20 every day. And the whole alliance, like not being able to contest, like I get these guys IOB are very strong, but because they are here and they don't have an adjacent territory to this pass or to this pass, these were ours pretty easily. But there were wars in places. We fought for this and with NO and eventually beat them. I think we fought for this one as well with another guild, with another alliance that was here that we got rid of eventually. So it's like a really neat thing. I think that the alliance system is fantastic if you're someone who is trying to build like a small community. An alliance is a great thing. Maybe we will make a YouTube alliance. Leave me a comment below if you guys play in my kingdom, in Kingdom 58, or you want to start playing in my kingdom and want to start an alliance. I'd be down. As much as I love these guys, I think these guys are really cool. There's some good players, awesome people in this alliance. But if the YouTube thing, of course, demands it, then we will make just like Stridox did his own alliance. We might do our own as well. I'm looking forward to doing this, but I'm not like trying to push the subject, you know. I'm not trying to make a small alliance. If we do something, we'll do a big boy alliance. We'll get there, put some spenders in there as well, you know, because why not? And spend some money ourselves. But for now, we're having fun, kicking butt, chilling. You guys saw the previous video, which was about a war that happened between BTO and IOB and us. Poor guys are not gonna be here very soon. They pretty much said that they'll move out, I think, or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but we gave them a ceasefire. You guys saw the video probably. Anyway, we're 18 minutes in. I am done. I'm the Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you for watching the video. It was long as hell. Peace.